In France for the first time since Cirrus des Aigles. All those questions will be answered in the company of Simon Holtz.
And they're off. And Kieran Schumacher just takes a beat, leaving the stalls on Emily Upjohn as Luxembourg goes on into the lead under Ryan Moore. Time lock in second within 3/4 of a length. Then up Emily Upjohn into third now. Hamish and Feed the Flame is held up in the hands of Christian Demuro at the rear of the field as they race uphill through the first furlong and a half. So Luxembourg leading the way by about a half length, 3/4 of a length to Time Lock in the pink cap. In second place, pink jacket, then Kieran Schumacher on Emily Upjohn, last year's winner. 2.5 lengths away to Hamish and 3 lengths then to Feed the Flame. They're doing a lot of climbing in the early stages. The first 5 furlongs pretty much steeply uphill, and it's Luxembourg that continues to lead. Time Lock on the inside of Emily Upjohn. Then in fourth is Hamish, and finally the French challenger Feed the Flame. On they go up inside the final mile now, just passing the 8 furlong marker and on towards the 7, and then the track will level off a little, and it's Luxembourg from in second. On the outside now Emily Upjohn, very handy indeed. Time Lock round the inside, Hamish and Feed the Flame, and Ryan Moore seeking to control the pace here on Luxembourg as they now swing left-handed at the top of the course and begin the descent towards Tattenham Corner. Luxembourg leads the way, shadowed in second by Emily Upjohn. Time Lock locked away on the inside, Hamish and Feed the Flame in what looks a tactical affair. Running on down the hill on their way towards the famous left-hand bend for home, passing the 5 furlong marker now. Luxembourg still by about a half length to Emily Upjohn. Time Lock on the inside, Hamish, and still Christian Demuro waits aboard Feed the Flame. Running now into the bend and about to straighten up for home. They'll have 3.5 furlongs to cover in the home straight, and Ryan Moore seeking to up the ante here on Luxembourg on turning in from Emily Upjohn. The others now just being pushed along. He's got them in a little bit of trouble. Luxembourg passing the 3. Emily Upjohn is firmly ridden in second. Luxembourg has kicked away from Emily Upjohn. Then Time Lock and Hamish and Feed the Flame with a charge down the outside. Less than 2 furlongs to cover. Luxembourg's got a last home. He's 3 lengths clear of Emily Upjohn. Hamish running a big race now into second. Then Feed the Flame. It's Luxembourg passing the furlong marker, still with a 3-length lead. Hamish is trying hard in second and stays well. Luxembourg from Hamish racing up towards the line. It's a Ryan Moore masterclass on Luxembourg, who wins the Holland Cooper Coronation Cup. Massive run from Hamish in second, the 8-year-old. They were clear of Feed the Flame. Emily Upjohn only 4th, and Time Lock last of 5.
And after but half a furlong, there was an air of inevitability about it. Aidan O'Brien has another Coronation Cup. Ryan Moore, the perfect partner for Luxembourg, a talented horse who's had things much his own way. Kieran Schumacher aboard the defending champion Emily Upjohn was alive to the lack of pace, but as such, he had to ride her a little differently to the way she was ridden when so impressive in this race last year. And furthermore, there was softer ground with which to contend. Not a barrier to Luxembourg, not a barrier to success for Ballydoyle in this race again, and perhaps a portent of things to come through the next 24 hours. Luxembourg makes all and wins the Holland & Cooper Coronation Cup.
It was straightforward for Ryan Moore, but it was also faultless. You've got to not make mistakes, and he's done everything just right. He's timed it perfectly, got the fractions spot on, and they were slow, and it helped obviously that nothing wanted to push him. But early on, 14.5 seconds for the second furlong, 14.5 seconds for the third furlong, 14.16, 14.58, 14.11, 13.36, and not until the 8th furlong did we duck under 13 seconds. So he's walked out in front. He's been able to use the horse's speed when they've quickened down from Tattenham Corner, and that's won him the race.
A truly superb run from Hamish in second place, and there will be those saying, well, here's a horse who stays further. Could you not make more use of him? But as you know, Jane, that's the fastest way to get a slower horse beaten, by trying to take them out of their comfort zone.
You have to ride him the way he wants to be ridden, and circumstances probably against him. If Ryan had gone a stronger pace, who knows, he may well have won. I will say Kieran Schumacher was alive to everything that Ryan was doing in terms of what Martin just said in terms of slow fractions. He was exactly where he needed to be in order to pounce and go with Luxembourg when the turn of speed was necessary. But won't lie, from the 3 to the 2, Luxembourg was gone, and Emily Upjohn had no answer to that turn of foot, unlike last year on quick ground. So if anybody's going to point the finger at the ride of Emily Upjohn, no, he knew exactly what Ryan Moore was trying to do, and he did his best to dispel it.
I do agree with that. However, I don't think it's how she wants to be ridden, in a way.
No.
You know, she wants... Last year it was a small field, and they did go slow, and they finished off fast. I think it was 112% finishing speed, but she came from off the pace and she was covered up. Now, not for a minute. I personally don't think that she's the same filly this year anyway. She was very lacklustre and laboured in Dubai, and she hasn't produced a performance anywhere here. At no point did she even go with Luxembourg when he quickened, but I'm not sure that forward racing style really suits her.
Feed the Flames run fine in third, but he didn't really come down the hill that well, and tactically this race just was not his today.
It was over after a furlong for him. You observed in running that he didn't come down the hill, and that was spot on, and he made up ground despite the camber on the way home. But if you were sitting last off this pace of 5 and Ryan Moore crawling at 14-second furlongs, you were going to need to be Frankel.
He barely looks like... I know he won the Grand Prix de Paris, but he barely looks like he's got home, does he, on the day? Feed the Flame. What a run from Hamish as well. We've got to tip our hat to him. It was a